Alright, chapter 2 start. Now, again, I gotta do this at the beginning each time. Forewarn you, parents, I will possibly use cuss language. Just the suit and tie altar boy in me is no longer around. I gotta turn on my music a little bit more. I was jamming out to help get rid of my headache, some head pounding. Certain stress factors, certain triggers, as one of my sister from another mother discovered from a TV show that she sent me about, but of course I had to go back and look at the text. I don't remember the name of it. Just every Wednesday night, just recently, last 2 weeks on a Wednesday night. So 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I can't remember the damn name. I don't want to say NCIS, but it's not it. It's the other one. It's been around for a long time too. I know the name because I watched it. But anyways, triggers is what it talked about, and triggers is what I've noticed throughout the years. Now, all these other ailments, excuse me, all these other ailments that I have, are they part of that trigger? Yes and no. If I'm in pain from the 3 open heart surgeries where my chest was ripped farther open than you saw in Aliens, the first movie and so on, 3 times, I'm in pain. I've been in ever since a little kid doing this all the time, and my fingernails into my palms to help cancel the pain. I cannot remember why I did not do this. Pain has always been part of my life. I've had to live with it. My handicaps or disabilities, I don't really have any per se, and that's why the few good things my mom taught me, besides cooking and cleaning and eating and eating. That's funny. A few good things. So you always gotta find the positives and the negatives, and try to avoid the negatives, and try to move forward. Just the way it is. Unfortunately, we as people live in the past. So I'm gonna toss this all at you. Okay, y'all. How can we not live in the past? The air we breathe, the sunlight we take in, the clothes we wear, the music we listen to, the TV we watch, the food we eat. It don't matter. Everything around us is in the past. The only thing now is in present is what we're doing here right now, what we're thinking right now, and what the future is going to give to us as the world turns. As our world turns, so does our lives. Sorry. So, triggers. I know the negative triggers: anger, hatred, sorrow, uh, any of that stuff. I can't do, and I suggest most of the CTE patients don't do either, because anger are the worst triggers other things and actions, and well, we all know what happened to Aaron Hernandez and how his brain looks like Swiss cheese. So I rather, at least when I do go, I've decided to finally donate my body to science and let them have fun with all my terrible brain, holy brain, 4 big holes, uh, and all the Agent Orange effect and the nerve damage. Because here's one thing I do know: this. Not only will our science not solve this problem for us right now, in our lifetime, maybe 150 years from now, our nervous system might be finally mapped and figured out. Our genetic system should be finally mapped and figured out. Our brain system should be finally mapped and figured out. But how to regenerate our brain? If we're not allowed to regenerate parts of our own body, and they're slowly figuring out how to and allowed to finally, but surely, fingers, ears. Well, I don't know about fingers, but you see, whole animals. The sheep that was cloned. Um, why can't they figure a way? I'm sure they're working on it. Figure a way how to fix this up here. But I know it's not going to happen. Not for me. I just get deterioration. Look, I had to take actually a little bit longer break than I wanted to, because, well, I got it a little bit more extended than I wanted to by reading a text reply from somebody that I thought got it, but didn't. So all I can say is 1001 lessons that I've learned now, that I've added to my Facebook post, is that don't argue with a narcissist. Don't debate with them either. Just not worth you the trouble and headache. Let them have all the fun. CTE, man, this is okay. So you got love. Wow. Rediscovering love, finding out love. Now, I've had no problem giving it all my life. As I was told by an old hippie, older than me, yes, old hippie. said, your open heart surgery represents that you have a open heart. Well, I guess I've been 3 times opened. I really got a hell of an open heart, right? Well, joke. I try to make light of things because you know what? No matter how bad things are, there's always a better side to it. I'm still alive. I'm still here for reasons. I got purposes, not purpose. We don't have one purpose in life. We don't have 2 or 3 wife, kids, a good job, and career. We got so many purposes in life to go through, learn, teach, educate, learn, grow. Whether we die every second and we're born, because that's the sooner we get to death, but we still got to learn to live life every second of every day to its fullest. Now, I'm looking at you because at least I've had a couple more bong hits. Had another half of a candy bar because I needed the endorphin rush. Takes away some of the pain for a little bit. So if you don't know the things that kind of kill the pain, keyword for me, I don't live below level 5. I'm sometimes 7 or 8. Right now I'm floating around 7 right now in the head area. Is your endorphins and adrenaline. When your adrenaline kicks in, your endorphins kick in, and you get that high. That's why drug abuse, alcohol, pill poppers, all that good stuff. Sex addicts, money addicts, shopping addicts. It's the adrenaline high. The endorphins kick in. Oh yeah, gambling. Oh yeah, shopping. Yeah. So the other things, for a lot of people don't know it, but sugar is bad for us. Well, sugar is good and bad. The sugar that's mass-produced, manufactured, and bleached that comes out of all our stores that says sugar on it, that's not good for us. And I just had a candy bar, which is not good for my diabetes either, but I need it for the just lately, just the head, just so much of the head. So the endorphins that the sugar gives. Masturbation, you can't do that all day long. Something's going to happen. Batteries give out. Your hands will get raw, depending on which sex you are, or whatever else. So, smoking pot, edibles, to a point for me. I can do what I call a witch doctor mix, which most of the time, I'm being good with my language, mess most people up because they can barely handle one strain. I mix 2 strains together, sometimes 3 or 4, and I'll even add a CBD isolate. Now, folks, I almost said just guys, I meant folks, that it does help with the pains. Is it going to take care of it permanently? Nothing does. And we're all fooling ourselves to think that pain would be leaving us 100% of all the time. No one does not live without pain in one form or another. Mentally, physically, emotionally, abused, not. We all live with pain. I'm in a constant state of pain. I just moved my shoulder and that right shoulder popped. Part of Agent Orange. Almost every body part of my body, joints, pops. Not too many people I know other than freaks of the circus area are able to get things to pop, but they pop one way, I definitely pop a lot of ways. So that old saying, the golden years, well, they lied. It sucks. It's terrible. I hate it. Have I thought about suicide? I'm sure. Hey, here, let's do this. Let's talk about suicide. You don't have support? Of course you're going to think of suicide. Don't matter what it's from. War, drinking, abuse, I don't care, etc., etc., etc. Don't matter who, don't matter what. Somebody's thought about suicide at least once or more in their life. If not, you're all lying to yourselves. Plain and simple. You're fooling yourself. Look in that mirror and start looking deep and look in those eyes, look at yourselves. Because you got to understand that we all feel pain one way version or another. But man, the CTE really fucks with you even more. Oh, shit. This. Sorry. Okay, so go through my young adult years, through my first marriage, second marriage, now ending up after almost 30 years. Has the CTE gotten worse? Yes, it's gotten worse. Has my pains from the open heart surgeries gotten worse? Yes. I can get it fixed, but why? Why can't I get my chest, which was wired in 1998, which I had taken all the wires out in 2016, after the, last chapter 1. In 2008, they discovered the aneurysm when they were scanning the neck, Oh, sorry. They were scanning my neck and they found the C2 CT vertebrae were broken because my left and right shoulders went numb, thus discovering the aneurysm of my aortic valve. The same aortic valve that I had the artificial heart valve replaced back in 1998. So above it, there is a 5 centimeter uh, aneurysm. So if it gets any bigger, in for surgery. I mean, literally, it could be the next day or two, week at the most. Um, I've eaten healthier. I've changed the way I've eaten. Got rid of the 3 white poisons. I hope you guys all do too. Anything that does not say organic, non-GMO, don't buy it. That's about 80-90% of the store. Sorry to say. If you go to all organic foods, please, something I shop around, you can do it. If you can do it, do it. Eat healthy. You can live longer. I'm living proof. I may look like 50 because of the damn gray hairs. My brain says I'm not, but the body says, hell, man, I look like a Porsche, I guess. And, sorry, I'm moving my chair a little bit here. Not like I'm trying to hump my desk. Um, but inside, man, broken like a Ford Pinto. I've joked about this for many years in sales. I get to joke about this to you guys now. Before I was born, God was passing out body parts and whatnot. So I was near the front line for brains, but near the back line for body parts. Dun dun dun. Okay, so aneurysm was discovered, and they had to put it off the surgery, and I still have that aneurysm since 2008. So going on what 15, 16, 18 years, whatever it is. My brain can't do the math anymore like it used to. It used to be so much of a whiz at math, and that's money math, not algebra. But I was good at the trick. That's really funny. Anyways, when the aneurysm was discovered in '08, that's a lot to think about. You can die like that. Now, am I worried about death? No, because I have the damn doctors telling me that for so long as a preteen and as a teenager that I'm going to live so long. So I'm not afraid to die. Far from it. In a sense, I don't want to say this sounds terrible, but I welcome it because at least my body pains and head pains will stop. Heartache pains, it is what it is. Um, my sanity is my music. My pet dog, Abby, which has grown because my sister from another mother brought me into her home, has now been added by 3 dogs, 2 cats, and one cat mother had one of them. We got rid of all the babies, but one stayed, and he adopted me, so I have a cat and a dog, and they at least make me happy because it's something we don't practice. Humans. We are animals on this planet like every animal here. But something that we don't practice. And that is unconditional love. I forgot for a second. Love CTE. See, I find out with my CTE issues, I forget how words are spelled, how they're said, what certain words are. I know them. I know them. I did 2 TV commercials, no problem. 1 take. No takes had to be redone on my TV commercials. One I paid for, one I didn't. One for a friend. Now, man, I just go in public like I did earlier today. Didn't want to drive. Had to get some soap. Ran out of soap for the body. Didn't want to drive because the head was really messing with me. Trying to go in the store and to smile to people. Man, we all go through that. There's not a person that's not in pain and we don't smile in public. But try not lashing out at the slightest idiot out there that walks too slow, that says the wrong thing. And you know it's not their fault, but you don't want to lash out. And that's the problem with most of us CTE people. Aaron Hernandez, prime example. And I probably am weak in science to go through and figure it out, or somebody else that wants to, because I'm working on one part of this. Let somebody else figure out. Let's figure out how many people that have had head injuries that have caused physical harm to themselves, as well as to their property, as well as to family members or non-family members, or did violent crimes, killed somebody. Let's figure out, did they have head trauma? Not only were they mentally abused by their parents or family, siblings, or whatever, or whoever, but they were physically abused, etc., etc., etc. Why can't we be more like the animals and sit here and just have more compassion for each other? But we don't. Hey, your skin's that color. I don't care what the color of your skin is. Hell, I'm first generation American. My dad, well, everybody knows who I am eventually. My dad, hell, he had nannies. They had slaves on where he had before he came here. Back in the 30s. Back when he was a little boy. Before he migrated from Aruba to here. So, I'm far from prejudice. The three open heart thing, open heart, thing from the old hippie. Hey, I agree with that more because it's just if you sit and you think, and you really do, and that's the problem about us CTE patients. We become really overthinkers, aren't we, guys? What can we do to stop the fucking pain? I don't know about you guys. I have so much body pains, aches, and pains from all the nerve surgeries. Nerve pain up and down the whole body, all over. I'm like, throw water on a circuit breaker in your house, and I'm all sparks and fires. And that means all over the nervous system, the muscles, the nerves. Cold. I hate the fucking cold. Yeah, I like Dayton. It's 4 seasons at least. I get sun on my body. I haven't seen for like 30 plus years since I moved to the other side of the state of Washington. Other than when I lived in California and Arizona there. But come back to Washington, where I live to, back to the other side of I-5. You have a short temper, you get a short fuse. You just don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with somebody, especially somebody that says they love you, and yet they want to argue and poke the bear and don't realize they have their own fucking issues. Say they're your soulmate. And they got to debate every fucking thing underneath the sun. They control everything underneath the sun. Not just not knowing their own thing. Narcissist. Not knowing that maybe they have CTE issues, but a narcissist. Can't say. Never mind. I think like most CTE patients just want to be even keeled as much as possible with little bumps in the road. But it's hard when certain things in life throws you the big, huge asteroid from space that wiped out the dinosaur routine. And to us, it could be the fucking smallest mosquito that lands on us wrong. That's how bad it is. I have to watch everything I do and say around myself, around my own pets, because boy, do they pick up on it. It's around the people, so much so that I'm afraid I'm going to hurt somebody, and I have to remove myself from somebody that I probably love till the day. Well, I know I love till the day I die, but I can't be around them because of the way they think, the way they don't see, the way, and it not only hurts me, but the way I left, the way I had to do things, and the way I acted over the years. You don't know that you're an arguer after a while. Look me, look here. When I was growing up as a little boy, with all those injuries and surgeries and a klutz, well, really, a klutzy kid, when you're almost legally blind, you don't see a lot of shit. Get a lot of injuries and break no bones at all, but a lot of injuries. You also deal with the mental abuse of a parent, the physical abuse of a parent. One of the moms, my dad, and that was don't know what I did wrong. Really, to this day, 99% of the stuff I know about 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 things that I actually did wrong, but the rest of it, I have no damn clue. All I know is being I was awoke. I was waking up at 2:30 a.m. I give up there. By my dad after getting off work at the air base and in the bunk bed, and all I can remember is my mom saying, "Wait till your dad gets home." Well, he got home at 2 a.m. and I got my spanking. Whatever I did, don't know. I was grounded in so much punishment almost all the time. I was written out of the will. I'm the black sheep. Wasn't told my parents dead. And found out via Facebook, yada, yada, yada. Via my sister, who's just as narcissistic as my wife. Really are two types of people in the world out there. The narcissistic and the empath. I've had the money. I've made the money, folks. $30 million I sold gross. Base, none. No salary, nothing. $30 million gross. And real estate, advertising, print, and online. How many have you done? Anybody? No salary? Just here? And that thing that does so well right now is talking. That time period. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to last. I'm not sure how much longer I can hold out without being pissed off. I know I don't know. Hear the song, cool song. Um, Ballroom Blitz, done by Leo Maselli, mosh style, heavy metal style. Takes one level. Pretty awesome. Um, I know you, the fellow CTE patient person out there, you, that person next to him, or maybe discovering it, or whoever you are, know that. I reach up here because it looks like my eagle's out of place. Sorry, I don't see this wing. My fault. So again, multi-track. Sorry. Um, all we want to do is be held and told it's okay. But yet, I gotta have somebody who wants to argue and debate even today. And acknowledge the other day, yeah, I somewhat agree, but yet still can't acknowledge. I can admit my faults. I don't know about you, CTE, other guys. Okay, if you can't admit to have CTE, you have a problem. If you can't admit that you have anger issues, you really got a big problem because you probably have CTE. Let's go to the bigger problem there. Okay. If you're now going for that full range of motions in nanoseconds, you are in the more advanced stages, as I consider it, because I've been living with this since age, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, on forward. When I stopped using my mind, I have regressed. I'm trying to get back up to speed. But I do know science. The brain does create new cells and it does regenerate constantly on a daily basis. How many times a day? I don't know. I don't remember those stats anymore. I learned it a long time ago, 40 years ago in science in high school here in advanced sandbox, advanced biology and whatnot. And I can probably Google it if I want to. I don't need to. The problem is those holes are not regenerating. They're getting bigger. They've gotten bigger. Is it because I stopped? Is it because I stopped working that brain? Is it because I just stopped using my brain and just went with the flow? Go with the flow of life, as I've been told lately. Go with the flow, Alan. Just go with the flow. Well, you got your choice. Do and do and do, and don't stop. And adrenaline rush. Keep on going until you go kill yourself. Pull back and relax some and go with the flow and become a zombie. Watch the TV too much. Become a zombie of life. And don't do much. Don't want to do much because after a while you just don't want to get angry because you didn't realize that, hey, I guess I have some other issues too. Didn't realize it, and all of a sudden everything triggers you. Every damn thing. The person, no matter how much you give them a kiss goodnight while they're sleeping. Done.